to the channel. Today I'll be covering the area around Raffles City, looking for places that locals and tourists alike can visit. Once you arrive at City Hall MRT station, take a left and follow the path down. Make a left turn and keep left. Head up the travelators and take a left from here. As you travel down the street, the historic St. Andrew's Cathedral is located on your left and the old Capitol Theatre is on your right. For tourists in Singapore, this area is a treasure trove of Singapore's historical past. Once you have done a tour of the tourist spots in the surrounding area, do drop by these places I am featuring today. Our first stop will be at the basement of Adelphi Mall. Once you enter the mall, look for the travelator that leads to the basement of the building. Take a left turn once you reach the bottom of the travelator. Our first stop will be at the basement of Adelphi Mall. Once you enter the mall, look for the travelator that leads to the basement of the building. Head down the travelator and make a left. And you'll be right there. Good morning. So I'm at Auntie Teo Place today and I got myself a plate of nasi padang. So generally nasi padang is a Malay dish and it's kind of like an economical rice sort of concept. So for viewers in the US, the economical rice concept is kind of like your Panda Express. So you go to the place, you pick out what you want, you order a carb, be it noodle or rice, and then you select the sides. So for here, the nasi padang here, they have a variety of meats and a variety of vegetables. I got myself the sayur lodeh, which is basically like boiled cabbages with long beans. I've also gotten myself the sambal goreng. So sambal goreng is kind of like fried chili, loosely translated into English. It comes with tempeh, tofu, and it's also fried with long beans. Tempeh is an Indonesian dish which is fermented beans. My mouth is just watering while I'm talking about this right now because it smells just so good and it looks fantastic. All the colors, red, green, yellow from the egg. So I'm just going to dive right in right now. First up will be the tempeh. So the chili's not a salt that sucks you right straight in the face. Take some time, builds up, and then it goes for the kicker once it starts swallowing it. It's really good. I'm going for the chicken right now. I've also ordered the spicy chicken. I have no idea what's the official name for it, but it's basically chicken fried and then later they stir fry it again with chili. The chicken they use is pretty fresh. It's not the frozen kind of chicken that you get. Really tender. Oh, so good. And the spice, the kick from the spice is fantastic. I'm gonna try the beef. Also I got myself rendang as well. The rendang's really tender, soft. Some rice with the rendang. Oh, rendang's amazing. So the spice from the rendang, which is also the rempah, which they fry so the rempah is basically chili, where they fry it together with the beef, stir fry. And as you fry, it gets really fragrant. And now as you chew the beef, the fragrance from the rempah, it doesn't overpower the taste of the beef, and they both go really well together. It's a fantastic blend. And wow, the rempah that they use here is really fragrant and very, very... No, wait, it's not very spicy. Let's take it back. I think it's lemongrass that they use. So lemongrass adds a bit more flavor. So each time you chew, you actually taste the lemongrass with the chili as well. And so the egg, the glorious egg, look at the egg flow over the rice. So I think the only item here that cuts through the spice will be the egg. A gooey, soft egg. So you don't overcook the egg here. The uncle was really nice. He even asked me if I would like my egg fully cooked or still runny. Definitely I go for it still runny, so that you can see the beautiful golden flow of that yolk. So at every nasi padang stall, I tend to go for the sambal goreng, because to me, the sambal goreng really signifies how good a nasi padang is. If it's overcooked, you get really tough tofu, and the vegetables will be really soggy and not that fantastic. There's no crunch to vegetables. So, and also the tempeh that is used, tempeh generally tends to be a bit more heavy, and if not done right, there's a aftertaste to it which I really don't fancy. So to me, sambal goreng is really the essence of all things good of a nasi padang. So whenever you're around in Singapore, try it out. You might be surprised. You might actually like it a lot. So Auntie Teo is more of a hole-in-the-wall kind of place. You can find it in Adelphi Mall, which not many people actually stumble across this wonderful, delightful dining area. It's in the basement of Adelphi. And let's say if you're in an area, Raffles City, you want something different on a weekday, something that will really whip up your appetite, you can try dropping by. It's just a 5 minutes walk across St. Andrew's Cathedral. On weekends they're open, but of course the menu on the weekend is not as extensive as it is on weekdays. And the uncle here was really nice. He told me that on weekdays they're actually ready by 11:30, and if you need a quick lunch, you can actually drop by here if you're in the CBD area. Fantastic nasi padang. I can't go wrong with it. And 2 meat, 2 vegetables, and the egg itself cost me about $9.70. But hey, I'm not complaining. The rendang is really, really flavorful, fragrant. The chili has a good kick, and it's fresh chicken. And the vegetables are on a whole new level. Oh, that was a good meal. So if you're here during the afternoon tea time, you can actually order a cup of tea and get the curry puffs. They actually have curry puffs, baos, assortment of drinks, barley, chrysanthemum. So it's a good place to sit down, relax after a long day, and basically just take it easy. Noodles. I want some noodles now. After a bowl of rice, it's time for some noodles. So across the road from Adelphi, I'm here for some noodles, wonky noodles, and I've basically been following them for the past 10 years or so. Actually got to know the lady boss here, Kelly, who as well is my friend now, after I've met her at her first outlet at Maxwell Market. And the range of noodles that she has is rather interesting. So all their noodles are all handmade, freshly made. They have the egg noodles, they have spinach, as well as the tomato noodles, and their wontons and the wonton fillings are all freshly made daily. So everything's made fresh. Nothing is so-called store-bought. I spoke to Kelly before. Even the vegetables themselves are better quality ones that you can get. She gets it personally from a grocer. And the char siu. The char siu itself is also freshly made, marinated in-house, and it's so soft and tender. so good. So the marinade itself has some five spice, and you can taste the pronounced flavor of the five spice powder. So there's a very nice springy bounce to the noodles. It's not the, as you know, what the Hokkien would say, noir. It's not the soft, textureless kind of noodle. This one still has some bite to it. Still has some. You can taste the pronounced egg flavor for the egg noodles. And I would normally go for the spinach noodles as well, because hey, I like the color green, so why not? And the spinach noodles itself, when you actually eat the noodles, the spinach noodles, has very pronounced vegetable flavor to it, which I personally like it. If you're not a greens person, probably give it a miss. The tomato noodles are good too. There's a very acidic flavor to it. So if you're not into, or you want something different, and you're not into the spinach noodles, give the tomato noodles a try. I'm gonna try wontons now. So there's water chestnut, bits of water chestnuts inside, which give it like that crunch, along with the minced pork, which is really sweet. You can actually taste the flavor. Some marination that they use on the pork, as well as black wood ear fungus. Just fantastic. Freshly fried, so it still retains the crunch. And they also have water wontons. So the boiled wontons. So you get both the boiled ones and the fried ones at the same time. And the boiled ones are also so good. There you go. What I like about the boiled ones is, food in Havana. So what I like about the boiled wontons is you can actually taste the freshness of the pork that they use. It's really flavorful and so good. I got myself a side of the chicken cutlet. There we go. So the chicken cutlet is still really juicy. If memory serves me correctly, it's also really tender, but let's give it a go. I can actually taste the crispy outer shell, which has marinade on it. I'm not sure what they use for the marination, but really tasty. Pronounced spice flavor to it. Very good. Go for another one. Can't stop at one. There's just something about the dish here that has a very homely feeling to it, and it's just really tasty. As I said, I've been here for 10 years. I've been following her all around, from Maxwell up to Depot Road, up to Timber Plus, and now at Funan. Still so good after all these years. And if you're in the Funan area, I really highly recommend you drop by, because the food here is definitely value for money. Everything's freshly made, there's no MSG. Everything is tasty. You can't find anything that's bad about it. Hey, even the chili's good. Look. Okay, there's anchovies inside. Wow, that's really good. So let me finish up. Let me see if there's anything else around my neighborhood that's good to eat too. Hi, so I'm back. It's been a while because I haven't been feeling too good for the past couple of weeks, and I just want to give a quick recap on the Nasi Padang video, because I filmed that, and then after a while, after a week, I started to get a little unwell. Not to worry, it's not COVID, but yeah, it's a bit of a cardiac problem. Anyway, so with regards to the Nasi Padang video, the food was great. Staff there was very friendly, and you don't really get a lot of footfall at that mall because people don't normally go there unless they have needs to get like audio equipment or stuff like your speakers, high end players, that sort of thing. But the food there is generally very good. There's also another cafe on the second floor, which I will go there one day. Uh, Overall, not too spicy food for those people who can't take spicy. It's located pretty near Raffles City shopping center, so and nearby tourist attractions. So if you're a tourist in Singapore, you can drop by St. Andrew's Cathedral. There's also the old Supreme Court, which is currently the new Arts House, I believe. And then a lot of historical sites around there. So if you're in the area, and you've done visiting all these touristy attractions, or you're Raffles City, you've done some around of shopping, just generally just there looking for good food, you can just drop by Adelphi Mall. Not bad, not pretty good nasi padang. And then just across the road, there's also Wonky Noodles, as I mentioned. I've been following Wonky for many years, and they've got really fantastic wonton noodles. And not just that, they also have beef noodles, and you can actually customize depending on what you want. I believe they do have hor fun as well, tin vermicelli noodles. Vermicelli? I think so. Tin rice noodles. And then there's also various types of noodles. There's, as I mentioned, the tomato noodles, the spinach noodles, and such. So I wanted to do a segment for dessert. I really like my desserts, so I wanted to do a segment of desserts. I was actually at the Tiger Sugar Cafe, but sadly they were closed that day, so I could just stand there instead of it. And I did have dessert. Problem with it was we were at this local restaurant, but because of that, I wasn't sure what's their filming policy. I didn't want to intrude on other diners, so I decided not to film. I think it was Lady Marmalade. No, not Lady Marmalade. That's a song. Marmalade Pantry, I believe. So what I ordered was a round of truffle fries, as well as a milkshake, and what was that last item? I'll just put a feature of it here because I really can't remember the name at the moment. So it was really good. Milkshake was thick, not too creamy, and the truffle fries are also good. Oh, I love my truffle fries. Those were just so good. So overall, pretty fun day of going for food and filming. So I really enjoyed myself. Just that I haven't been able to post much because of some technical issues with the videos as well as health issues. But well, hopefully everything is done and dusted, and now I can get back to filming again. So hope you enjoyed this video on the nasi padang as well as the wonky noodles, and I'll catch you all soon. Right? Remember, like, share, subscribe. I do have an Instagram account now, so you can follow me there as well. See you around.